Talking about your personal finances with your significant other can be really, really challenging. How about this? How about when it's your ex significant other, like talking about money after you've been through a divorce? That can be fraught. Not always, but it can be fraught. Erika Wasserman is the CEO and founder of Your Financial Therapist. She is a certified financial therapist, and she created a set of conversation cards for couples. We've had her on the show to talk about that first set of conversation cards. She now has a set for those who have experienced, who have gone through a divorce. She joins us now to talk about the divorce edition of the cards. Hello, Erika.
Hi, Bruce. So excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. When I heard that you had launched the divorce edition of the, so I loved the first set. We had a great conversation about the first set, but I had this like sudden intake of breath when I thought about the idea. I am happily married and hopefully will always be so. But for my friends who've been divorced, I was picturing, oh my God. So they order these cards and they somehow like decide they're going to sit down with their ex to go through these cards. It sounds both like magical and horrendous in equal measure. Tell me about the idea. Where did the idea come from?
So I'm going to flip the script on that.
Ooh, I love it. Okay.
This is not to do with your ex-spouse. This is for you. This
Okay.
this is all of a sudden now you're flying solo. How are you going to decide what bills to pay, how many days to go on vacation, who's going to be your new beneficiary? So this is a deck of cards that's to give you the opportunity to rebuild your financial mindset, beliefs for yourself.
Okay. Well, now that makes so much more sense than what I thought it was. I love that. Okay, so I'm still going to ask my question. Where'd the idea come from? Does this date back to your own experience having gone through a divorce over a decade ago?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, conversations with money come up in a relationship with money comes up almost every day, but the conversations come up with a lot of different um, crossroads that we get to. So when you get married, all of a sudden you have to redefine your relationship with money. Well, guess what? When you get divorced, or I probably should have named this deck newly single
Right.
because you broke up at a long-term relationship or a widow, all of a sudden you're by yourself now, maybe for the first time, and now you have to take on a responsibility that might have not have been yours ever or in years. And so it's time to ask yourself some interesting questions, sometimes hard and sometimes fun. And so that's what the deck of cards has come about, is how to create conversations at different points in your life.
Give me some more examples, especially on the something fun and okay, and on the something hard. What are some things that you would see if you were flipping through the cards?
Okay, so something
Oh,
fun.
you're picking them randomly. I can tell. You're like, I got the deck of cards. I'm gonna like flip through them here.
We'll start with something fun. Ha.
Okay. Okay.
Do you have any financial regrets from your marriage that you're still grappling with?
Oh my God, I love
How
that
can you let
question.
them go?
Okay. Yes. There's some sort of burning ritual I can see, like an ex-spouse's cashmere sweater that you secretly stole from him or her, and now you're gonna burn it because you know it's the only thing that makes them happy. Wait, did I say that? No, no, I didn't say that. Okay. All right. So that's a fun one. Love it. And is there a hard
Right?
one there too?
Yes. Abundance to me means
uh, yeah. That's a very interesting question. I can see that being a really interesting question as someone sketches out their new chapter in life. As you wrote these cards, were there some that were particularly challenging for you to answer for yourself?
yeah. And the one on top, it's funny, I skipped that one in the beginning. It's what are your financial worries and how are they impacting your emotional well-being right now?
Uh, so good. Okay, so you're flipping through these cards. Do you recommend that the users, the players, whatever you call them, that they journal as they go? Do they capture their answers somewhere?
Ooh, I love that idea. Maybe that's
Yeah, you're
another.
welcome. There's a companion book. There's a companion journal.
I
Yeah.
do have a book coming out fall 2025 called
Okay, you'll be
Conversations
here to talk about it,
with
I'm
Your
sure.
Financial Therapist. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, Journaling is great. Grab a friend also you can have this conversation with, but um, write on your phone, notes, whatever you need.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a big one, especially because when you go through a divorce, everything is so temporary in that moment, right? You might not necessarily have your final judgment, so you don't know what your finances are going to look like. There's a lot of uncertainty.
Mm,
So just understand that, like, the financial worries you have right now might not be and probably won't be the same worries that you have
mm,
3 years from now.
mm.
So that's all
Getting
important.
getting a handle on your money lives in a linear world, like a B, C, D, E, and a non-linear world where it's like there's a whole mashup of I don't even know and all this stuff. It can be chaos. Things are commingled. They're wound together. As you flip through the cards, how do you address the linearity of some of this? Like, in order to get a mortgage, you need a credit score. To have a credit score, you need to pay your bills on time. In order to pay your bills on time, you have to have positive cash flow. Like, how do you kind of dance in that paradox?
Yeah, I don't dance on that paradox. We're doing like a rumba over here.
Okay.
We're a little bit more sexy. Uh,
Okay.
and it's going to be a lot more thought provoking
Mm,
than step one, two, three, four, because the
yeah.
steps I feel like your advisor, your financial advisor is going to take you through, your bank when you want to, or your real estate agent when you want to buy a house. But there is a question on here, and I just, pulled that one up too, is the minimum amount I need each month to pay my bills is. And so sometimes you just need to know a number. What do I need right now? Big keywords there, right now, and get that number, because then you'll be able to sleep at night. And if you're not
Mm,
able to sleep at night, brainstorm on how you can increase your income to cover your needs or shift some of your needs.
mm,
A lot of worry in the beginning is I don't know how much I need. I don't know how much bills cost because I never managed the bills before.
right.
So getting a handle on the needs is important.
One of the, my experience, I'm married, as I said, but I am the child of parents who divorced when I was quite young. Thankfully, money was just not an issue. They navigated it beautifully. And this is back in the early 80s. I'm grateful for it. But what I see is there is, for many couples who are disentangling that relationship, a certain measure of control on both sides and a quest for power. Do the cards try and highlight some insights on that? Like, for example, if I got to write card number 53, it'd be something like, who am I punishing with my behavior around money? Is there something in that world?
No,
Why
but
are you laughing? Are you laughing because I'm trying to add cards to your deck, or are you
no,
laughing because you have the perfect card that says exactly that?
I love that. And I do have a card similar to that. But the one as I'm flipping through as you're talking is co-parenting expenses will be challenging because, right? And then you're like, I'm gonna burn his cashmere sweater.
That's right. That's right. I'm going to prove that I need every penny of that support payment because interesting. I don't want to play into the tropes about what divorce looks like. And I think there are so many individuals who go through this who behave with integrity and they behave as grown-ups and all that. For those who are on the mostly positive end of the divorce experience, and there's lots of anecdotes about the chaos and the trauma of that, but there are all those who consciously uncouple. How do you see them using the cards?
Yeah, so they could sit together and ask some of these questions.
Yeah.
Is what is both of our needs right now to run two households? Ask your partner, what is it going to be really challenging financially to work with me on as co-parents? And it could be something like you spoil the kids for back to school shopping, or you take them on a ski holiday that I don't enjoy or can afford or want to spend money on, right? So there's still opportunities to ask your partners, if you're in a good place, to ask them some of these conversations. And the one I just asked is like, how do you plan to handle major financial decisions now that you're on your own?
Mm.
And now that you're on your own, could be interesting for some people. But if you are in a good place, maybe they are your counterpart in some of these short-term decisions until you can replace somebody.
I'm going to ask you to choose your favorite card, which is impossible because you love every single one, or you wouldn't have put it or committed it to the paper stock it's written on. I know you love them all. What is the one that you would say, if they only pulled one out of that deck and answered this one, it would be?
Right here.
Ready?
Ready. What actions are you taking to rebuild your financial confidence and resilience?
And
Share an
why?
example.
Oh, share an example. And why did you choose that one?
Because when you start feeling good about something that you're doing, you do it again. And I'll take it back to exercising. You go
Mm,
to the gym for a couple times, you start feeling good, you want to go back again. When you start building a relationship or actions to build your confidence in money, you're going to continue. And it's a relationship that stays with you to the day you die, no matter who's in your life.
so great. Erika, thank you so much for joining us to talk about the cards.
Thank you. It's always so fun with you, Bruce. Such a
So fun. So fun. I think we could talk weekly. Erika Wasserman, CEO and founder of Your Financial Therapist. She has these extraordinary conversation cards that you can find online. There's a regular edition. And now there is a divorce edition.